Welcome back to another episode of Poor Decisions with
Robin
and Liv. Today we are in the Four Shells Cava Lounge, enjoying
almost per usual.
Yeah, almost as per usual. If we're not here, we're at Robin's house, and way more intoxicated.
Yeah, just actually intoxicated.
Here we're very sober. We're very sober and very zen and very peaceful here. So, again, strap in for the soothing, dulcet tones of our voices, and we will soothe your eardrums for the next 90 minutes. Robin, I haven't seen you in nearly 2 days. What's been going on in your world?
Oh my gosh, in the last 48 hours that we haven't seen each other. What have I done? Oh, I went to like a fun fair on Sunday. It was like a oldie time, like traveling circus style fair with like, you'll love it. It has like, they had tarot readers and like your future
I would love that.
readers and crystal, like crystals for sale, crystal balls, like lots of wares, lots of old-timey
Lots of wares. I love that word.
Wares. Yeah, what else did it have? It had like manual ran machinery, like for like rides. So it had like a carousel with the traditional like foot pedal, so it would spin around.
Oh my god.
I know.
I don't know that I trust that.
Yeah, I don't know if I put my little one on there.
No.
But it looked fun, and they had, like a live band that was playing and singing along with the kids.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, they had one little going on the mic at one point, and it was awful but adorable, and just, yeah, really, really good. Like, good food trucks, like,
oh yeah,
all in the same sort of hippie vibe.
Should also mention, Robin just recently had a birthday.
Oh, I did.
On the 14th of February, believe it or not. We were celebrating Valentine's Day. Robin was celebrating her birthday.
Yeah, it's a very on-brand birthday for me, I think. Yeah, I loved it. I had a really nice birthday. I started it the right way. I did yoga in the morning, then Pilates, and then cold plunge and saunas, and then lots and lots of good food, and then we partied on the weekend.
Nice.
Well, you didn't. You
didn't.
fell asleep.
I was sleeping. I was sleeping on the parties.
As well. I knew from about 7 p.m. Like, I knew you were asleep.
You're like, I haven't heard from her. She is asleep.
I was like, she's asleep. I was like, she's fast asleep and her phone's died. And then you woke up and you were like, I fell asleep and my phone died. And I was like, I know.
Yeah.
I think I wrote back, I know.
It's the dangerous part of living with 2% battery life on all of your devices.
At all times.
Yeah,
what's new with you?
What's new with me? I bought a longboard.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. I bought a longboard.
What's a longboard for those who don't know, by the way?
A longboard is like a skateboard, and if you don't know what a skateboard is, I'm sorry, Google it. Kidding. It's a little board with 4 wheels, and you go skate, and you scoot yourself around. Kind of like a scooter, but with 2 more wheels and no pole. That was enough of a definition, I feel. If you don't know that from that, it's not my defining factors.
Well, what's a longboard?
It's a longer skateboard.
Oh, is that literally the only difference?
Yeah, it's a long board. That's why you're like, dude, explain it. I'm like, it's a long board. Like, it's a long skateboard. If I'm wrong, then sue me. I don't care. Whatever. I'm wrong.
For legal reasons, please don't sue her.
For legal reasons, that was a joke. We get like an email from like John Longboard. He's like, my great grandfather invented this.
It is not just a long skateboard. It is an aerodynamically more accurate board.
Yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know. And in any case, I want to learn this year how to skateboard. So on the weekend, actually, the only reason I did this is because I had an amazing sleep on Saturday. And I was like, I woke up on Sunday morning at like 8 a.m. and I was like, wow, I have a whole day ahead of me on the weekend with no work. I was like, this is amazing.
And no hangover.
Yeah, and no hangover. Like I'm awake I wasn't like out until 3 o'clock in the morning. It was great. So I woke up and I was like, what do I want to do with the day? So I went to the gym, and then I was like, I want to learn how to skateboard. So then I went and bought a longboard because I feel like that's like a baby step into it.
Well, I also feel like, okay, so are they easier to use than skateboards?
Apparently, yeah. Like, okay. I've never been on a skateboard, so I felt like a longboard. Apparently, they're easier, so I thought that would be like the first little step into it. I spent about 4 hours on Sunday doing that.
I feel like this is really ironic thinking about today's subject as well. Like you were but
again,
I want to learn how. You woke up in the morning, you're like, I want to learn how to skateboard, and then you went and got a longboard. Is definitely the most impulsive, and then spent 4 hours just doing that. Is a very but ADHD.
I put it. Spoiler alert. I put it in my like Instagram story as well. I put like a picture of the longboard, and I was like about to make this my personality for the next week, because it's like that's absolutely what's gonna happen. It's everything in my life is gonna be like, oh yeah, I was on my longboard last week. Oh yeah, I was longboarding 2 days ago. It's gonna become my personality, but
Have you already
that's okay.
talked to Todd about it?
No, I talked to Todd, the owner here at Four Shells Cava Lounge. He skateboards probably better than I longboard, but
I'd assume so.
I would assume so. I talked to him briefly about it last week, and he was like, yeah, you should do it. And then I went and bought a longboard.
They're longer and wider, according to Google.
Longer and
longboards
wider.
are often used for cruising, commuting, and downhill racing.
It's a lot of fun. So everybody, when I was like going out on it, like the people that I'm staying with at the moment, and like some neighbors and stuff were like kind of like, what are you doing, Liv? Like, what you doing there? And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna teach myself how to longboard. They're like, you don't want to get like shoulder pad or not elbow pads, knee pads, like a helmet. I was like, nah, I'll be fine. And then I didn't fall once. I was out there for 4 hours and I did not fall one single time. Like you kind of like fall.
This is where we put in footage, and it's usually rolling the longboard down
Just
the hill
like-
without you on it.
I'm just sitting on it. I taught myself how to longboard, guys, and just me
You use
sitting
like a
on it.
bodyboard.
Yes. No, but it was actually a lot of fun. Like you do kind of like lose your balance sometimes and you kind of like fall off, but what I've been doing is like you fall off and like you run beside it. Like you just like kind of step off of it and like run so that you don't fall. But it works for me and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, that's what's new with me. Stay tuned. I think I'm going to be the next Tony Hawk. Also part of my problem is like my toxic trait is I think I'm just going to be good at everything.
That's my only two options myself. Either I'm going to be a prodigy at something or it's a stupid sport. Why would anyone do it anyway?
Yeah.
And that's it. Those are the
So
only
I
two
haven't gotten
options.
there yet.
Because me and rollerblading have not gotten on well yet. I have them at home.
I
as
like
you know.
rollerblading.
We should do
We
that
should go to
together.
You could rollerblade. I could longboard.
Okay, should we try that?
Yes.
We'll mic it up as well.
We'll mic it up.
I will be wearing knee pads and elbow pads.
I
'cause
will
have them.
not, and I will run over all the pedestrians that get in my way because I don't know how to stop.
If you've been following the podcast for a while, you'll know that Liv has 3 concussions already. So, you know what? Just tack them on.
For those that are solo on audio, I'm staring into the camera with the expression on my face as someone who has had 3 brain injuries. Just clueless. Anyways,
Today's subject.
Today we're going to be going on kind of a chaotic little adventure, which is kind of the subject matter. Something that plagues my life and it plagues Robin's life.
It plagues all of the people that knows us lives.
Plagues everybody that knows us. It plagues a lot of people. I think a lot of people have this. But we're going into ADHD and ADHD management. Understanding that management on ADHD is not a one-size-fits-all. This is like I'm just going to disclose that I'm reading this part because
Oh, we should also disclose first that we are not.
I have that.
in
That's my
medical
next.
professionals.
That's my next disclaimer. You've jumped the gun.
Sorry.
So managing ADHD is not a one-size-fits-all approach, surprisingly. What works for some people might not work for others. ADHD isn't necessarily just being distracted or hyper all the time. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster that affects motivations, emotions, decision-making, and even time itself. Some people thrive on structure and others feel suffocated by it. Some need medication and others rely on strategies like body doubling and gamifying tasks. So today we're going to break it down, what makes ADHD management so personal, the biggest struggles people face, and the wild ways that people make it work. Another disclaimer, we're not experts on this, and nor are we claiming to be experts on ADHD or anything. Just take that as a blanket.
Yeah, we're not in the medical professional, or we're not, when we talk about medications and things like that down the line in this, we are not in any way able to prescribe, recommend, or anything along those lines. We're going to be talking about our own personal experiences, other people we know's personal experiences, and overall statistics and studies and research that we have managed to find.
And also, if you're taking advice
From a girl with 3 concussions and a longboard.
from a girl with 3 concussions and a longboard, no helmet,
Redhead with knee pads.
who's on a podcast, which the name of the podcast is Poor Decisions,
Then you yourself are making
then
a
you
poor
yourself
decision.
are making a poor decision. I just want that to be perfectly clear for everybody. ADHD is an attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's a developmental disorder that affects a person's behaviors and ability to focus. And again, the biggest misconception I think after kind of reading some stuff online and just living life is like ADHD's the misconception is that you're just like either hyper or distracted. And that's not necessarily it.
And that's it's either that all the time as well.
Yeah.
People think that it's like, oh, well, I've never seen them as like, because I've had this from people. Depends on who meets me. Again, I've had people go like, oh, but you're not like hyper all the time, or they've seen me when I've been hyper focused, and they'll be like, well, you don't seem to struggle with attention. I'm like, well, you've seen me either in like a situation where I find it very easy to manage my symptoms, or I've shut down. So
yeah, or I'm just completely dissociated. Sweet. ADHD. Who does ADHD affect? Who is impacted by ADHD? Well, it could be anybody. People are diagnosed typically between the ages of 3 and 12, which I think is quite young, because for me personally, like, I'm like, how do you diagnose a child with, like, children are already hyper. That's why I'm like, how do you pick out a hyper kid?
they have.
I know that the
Yeah.
medical people have things that they do. I
Yeah,
get
the
it.
child.
I just think it's like young that I know, but it's also like to help
I
them
think
learn
three is
better.
very. I think three's
Three's
very young.
Three is very
Three's
young.
young. I think once they get to school age, that's when things
It's noticeable to teachers and learning and all of that. So I get that, because it's helping them like
Learn the way that
manage
works,
it
yeah.
so that they can study and learn. I get that, but it's just like, I just feel like kids are so innocent and pure that it's just like, let them just be kids. Let that kid be distracted. Like, let him be hyper
He's got no
fixated on
bills.
dinosaurs. Who cares? Let him live his best life. However, it can be adults. It can be adults. It can be diagnosed later in adulthood. Boys are typically more likely to be diagnosed at a younger age, and that is because, or it's seemingly because, they can demonstrate more attributes of hyperactivity or impulsiveness, whereas girls are more withdrawn, causing them to get diagnosed later in life. So more women as adults are diagnosed with ADHD, and more boys as young kids.
I think for women as well, I think that women tend to mask the symptoms in social settings more than men do.
Probably.
And because there's more of an emphasis on our social, the way we are in social circles. So that tends to also happen a bit more. That also happens with autism as well. Women tend to mask more heavily than men do.
Yeah.
But again, the hyperactivity comes out more in boys and is seen more as a thing with boys. Whereas if a girl's hyperactive as a kid, they often get seen as just more boisterous than having a hyperactivity disorder.
But I think that's like a stereotype. I always forget the name of excuse me, hiccups. I always forget the name of that word as well, as the stereotype. Is boy, like, you kind of look at young boys that are hyper and you're like, he's just a boy.
Just a
like,
boy, yeah.
Just a boy. He's just a boy.
that's
He's just a
normal.
little boy. Cool. Anyways, when did you first realize ADHD was affecting you?
Actually, growing up, it never really came up too much when I was in childhood. Now I look back upon my childhood, I'm like, how was I not caught for this, just for being on the spectrum in general? Because I have quite a few things throughout my childhood. I'm like, well, that would have been quite more clear to me. But because of my, I'd say my mum and my nan are also very similar to me. It didn't, if you're around that all the time, you don't really clock that as different. And I think that my mum had me like managed pretty well through other more holistic means, which we'll talk about later. I realized myself a few different occasions. First, my first boyfriend, who I was with for a long time, had severe ADHD, and it was more obvious, like it with him, but also we aligned so heavily on so many things because of that. And then the time that I really, 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 really discovered it was doing a line of Ritalin at a party, and being the most sober I have ever been, to the point where I just left.
Yeah. That's me when I drink Coca-Cola.
You're just sobered?
I'm just sober. Like, I'm like, why do people do this? This is so not fun.
This is not.
Like, you spent how much on this? And it's
not even a fun time.
I'm not even having fun.
I'm just regulated. I have emails to answer, actually.
Yeah, actually, I've got so much work to do.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't. Yeah, no, I completely get that. I was a lot younger. I think I was like 13. I think I'm pretty boyish to begin with, though. Like, my not characteristics. I don't look like a boy. I don't think.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say none of my ADHD comes out as hyperactivity disorder though.
Mine definitely
Mine
does.
comes out as, that's what makes us so different, I think, because when I think about your job and how you manage to do your job with ADHD, it like blows my mind, because I struggle so much unless I guess the hyperactivity does come out in this. I need a job where I'm in motion or I have to be fidgeting. Like that's like that is, I guess that is hyperactivity. But for me, it's like the attention has to be something that I'm into. But then I hyperfocus and I forget to eat, and I have a bunch of other issues that arise with hyperfocus.
I think my job is it's a different can of worms because I get like fixated on ideas, right? Like I'll get fixated on an idea that I want to have, like a goal, basically a goal. I'll have a goal in mind, but it'll be that for ever. Like I will just be on that path, and like nothing can take me off of that path. Like I've not sabotaged, but I've ruined, or I've put like a lot of relationships on the back burner in my life because I've been focused on climbing the ladder, focused on this. But I do a lot of different things in a day, to manage myself. Like I structure my days in ways that work for me. Like I've got lots of calendar, like I use my calendar for everything. That's how I structure my entire day. I put time breaks in between. I will never schedule things if I can help it back to back because I need to take a break in the middle. Anyways, I do a lot of different things there, but I've never actually thought it kind of plagues me. I'm also like the most transparent person, so I feel like my boss just kind of is like, yeah, that's Liv. Like, just let her go talk to people for 25 minutes and then go do work. Like, they're fine with it.
Whereas I don't know, it depends. The thing for mine, I have a job obviously where I can talk to people the entire time.
Yeah.
That I'm wanting to have that one-on-one time with, which is great. And I'm structured because it's within like a timed bracket for my job. Like I see a client for that amount of time and then I'm on to the next one. But obviously my problem is, obviously time is my big issue. Not when I'm at work. I'm actually very good at timings. At that point, I have a clock right in front of me and I know the timing for everything. So when it comes to each movement and things like that with the client, it's all very structured. But if I'm if I'm running early to something, I will make myself late accidentally just because I will get distracted by something. And that's like my constant issue with life is I'm always late, and it's so upsetting.
My biggest pet peeve with Robin.
Yeah. It's my biggest pet peeve with Robin.
I know.
It kills me every day. So there's nothing worse to me than getting somewhere and people being like mad at me for being late because I'm already mad at me for being late.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing that I'm like, I need to get a handle on as much as I can. And I have to look back on like the times when it was like best managed.
And see what you were doing then, yeah.
Yeah, I was very structured then. It was just being, again, very, very structured and having unstructured time for myself. But it was a full creative role, and that's when I do my best because it's something I'm passionate about. And as soon as it's something that I'm not passionate about, it gets on the back burner. But that's still going to be a struggle for me.
Yeah, of course. But you're always going to have those. Like, you're always going to have different things that you struggle with.
Paperwork just can't.
I still have issues. I still have issues and stuff like, say, deadlines for me. I'm sure we'll cover this in some of the stuff and like in some of the points that we're going to get into. But one of the things that I struggle with still is deadlines, and whether it's at work or in a personal setting. Like if I know, like say I'm leaving in 2 weeks, but I've known that I've been leaving for 6 weeks. And I'm only going to start really crunching in that last week.
Yeah.
Because it's crippling.
That's me too.
I find it debilitating to think about, and I can't start it. I can't, I'll look at my boxes in the garage, and I look at the pile of them, and I'm like, nah, not today.
Yeah, no.
Not today. But I know that in that last week, it will all get done because I will focus on it.
I was going to say, but you'll be hyper-focused, and that's why with so exams are okay for me growing up, but not really. I still did really well in exams. I was just one of the people that did do well in exams. I just need extra time for reading because I would get distracted while reading. But for coursework, I could have 6 weeks to do something, a few months to do something. And when I first get the assignment, I would get, say if it's like a creative assignment or something, I would get the idea for what I wanted to do. And my brain would go, okay, great. I can calculate how much time it's going to take me to do the idea that I want to do. The idea is there when that's 80% of the work in my head. And then it gets to like the final 24 hours and I would do it. I would be pulling all-nighters. Like my mum would watch me with like 8 cups of half-drunk coffee all around the house that I'd be using to help focus myself. But I would get it done.
Yeah, you will get it done.
And I would be so focused in that time, I'd be happy with it.
Yeah.
But being a perfectionist as well, I'd find it really tough because I'd handed in knowing that if I just gave myself that little bit of extra time, it would have been flawless because I would have been so passionate about it. But yeah, the fact that I got away with that over and over and over again in college meant that I didn't clean that act up as an adult, so it's something that
No.
I'm still struggling with today.
And that's like me. It's like, but it's the exact same thing. Like with my kind of like, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Like task paralysis. Like I'm not gonna do it because it's overwhelming, and then I'll do it at the last minute, but I will get it done. It's always worked out. Like, do you remember the time that I was moving out of my house, like packing up all my stuff, selling my stuff, moving out of my house, and flying overseas the same day?
Yeah.
And I had left
You
that.
did it.
I left that for like I could have done so much more, so much earlier, but I did it. It was not a fun day at all. It
got done.
It was like the worst day of my life. Also, because things went wrong and my car battery died and all of that stuff. But
Yeah, that
it all got
that phone
done.
call from you, I thought someone died.
Well,
just
my
her
car battery died.
Just her battery.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Next segment.
Before moving on to the ways in which ADHD is medicated by doctors and ways that you can manage it without medications, we're going to talk about how ADHD brains are different to neurotypical brains. According to recent research, current research, brains with ADHD differ from neurotypical brains primarily in the structure and function of certain regions, particularly the frontal lobe, where there may be less gray matter density, slower maturation, and less efficient communication between brain areas, leading to challenges with attention, impulse control, and planning, often associated with dysregulation of dopamine neurotransmitter activity. This can manifest as a slightly smaller overall brain size in some individuals with ADHD as well. Little brains.
Little brains.
Little baby brains.
One big brain.
She's petite, actually.
One big brain.
Yeah. Skinny legend.
Skinny legend.
She's a skinny legend. All right, on to medications often associated with ADHD. And then we get to go on to all of my random different side quests that I went with this entire thing.
Were your brain scattered?
Yeah, genuinely, I went down such a rabbit hole. The irony in all this is that I was doing research yesterday and I got so distracted that I didn't finish it yesterday. And I had to message Liv and be like, help.
And that's why Liv did some stuff.
Some research today.
Research isn't like my forte though. I get bored. Like I get just so bored.
Yeah, well, this is one where it was funny because I kept looking at different ways to manage it, and then because I was getting distracted, I was really struggling to focus yesterday. I was then like looking at all the supplements that help with this, and then instead of doing this, I ended up in Chemist Warehouse when you called me.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, the pharmacy, getting myself.
I'm like that. I'm just gonna pause there for a segue at the moment. One of the stories I have on a moment like that. I was packing up. My ex and I were moving out of our house, and we were packing up everything, and we had like a liquor cabinet. We had like a liquor and I stored like all the old bottles of gin and all that stuff. And then I remembered watching a TikTok video of this lady who like cuts the gin bottles to make glasses, like gin glasses. It's got like the logo of the gin glass. And so then I was like, I sorted through all like the ones that I needed to pack and all the empty ones. And then I went to the hardware store and bought like sandpaper and like tape and like all the glass cutters, like all the things to use to cut glasses.
When you're in the middle of
middle of packing. And my ex was just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh my God, like, right, you're right. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I've just been on a 2-hour side quest when we're moving out tomorrow. Like, I could do this any other day.
Yeah.
But I chose to do it that moment.
Well, yeah, because it felt like it needed to be done. I mean, that was like with.
I was like, I have to do it now.
The tiny versions, that was when we were going to the bank, and we were running to the bank, right? We were like, we have, 10 minutes to get there or something till closing. We're like, yeah, we'll quickly run there. And we ran past Typo, which is like a stationery shop. And I was like, oh, I need a day-to-day planner to help me manage my ADHD.
Yeah.
So we went in there to get it. And then I was asking about a pen and a different size planner. And all they had was the giant A4 page day planner, and ended up getting that, and then deciding not to get a pen because they were like $12 for one pen.
It was $12 a pen.
Ridiculous.
Some of them were like $25.99 for a pen. I was like, what is it? Like, write with money? Like, does it write me money? No. Okay, bye.
Does it vibrate? No.
No, exactly. So bye-bye.
we bought it and then we were like, we left the store and then we were like, oh, and then we had like 3 minutes to run to the bank and get in there.
Yeah.
And they were actually legitimately closing. It's just because you knew the bank teller that
Yeah.
we actually got seen to.
And that was such a quinky dink because I didn't even know she worked there. And I was like, oh my God, you work here.
That was
And
so funny.
I'm sure she's told me like 12 times as well that she worked there.
Yeah, probably. But very
Yeah.
funny.
Anyways.
But yeah, that sort of stuff happens all the time. And that's how I end up late to everything. It's just little moments like that where I'll be focusing on something completely different
The
out
side
of nowhere.
quest.
Yeah, all the time. All right, what does ADHD medication do? ADHD medications work in different ways depending on the type, but all ADHD medications work by increasing the levels of important chemicals, neurotransmitters, in your brain. These neurotransmitters include dopamine and oh my gosh, every single time. These neurotransmitters include dopamine and norepinephrine. Increasing the amount of these neurotransmitters helps improve the symptoms of ADHD, including increasing attention span, reducing hyperactivity, controlling impulse behavior, and managing executive dysfunction. ADHD medications affect each person differently. What works for one person may not be effective for you or your child. And the first ADHD medication you or your child tries may not be the right one. It may not be effective, or it may cause bothersome side effects. Or you may have the correct medication but need a higher dose. So different types. We have stimulants and then we have non-stimulant types of medications. Have you ever been on any medications for ADHD?
I've taken Ritalin, but not like legally.
For legal reasons, she's joking.
Obviously.
Obviously.
For legal reasons, it was a joke.
Stimulants are the most common type of prescription medication healthcare providers use to treat ADHD. Despite their name, stimulants won't work by increasing your stimulation. Rather, they work by increasing levels of certain chemicals, neurotransmitters, in your brain called dopamine and norepinephrine. These neurotransmitters play important roles in your ability to pay attention, think, and stay motivated. Studies have shown that approximately 80% of children with ADHD have fewer symptoms after finding the correct stimulant medication and dosage. Stimulants are considered controlled substances, which means they have the potential to be improperly used or cause substance use disorders. However, under the care and supervision of your provider, stimulant medication use is safe.
Under the care and supervision of your provider.
Yeah.
Take this prescription and let me know if you got any issues. Sure. Yeah.
Before they prescribe your stimulant, your provider may order an electrocardiogram screening to avoid complications from a previously undetected heart rhythm issue.
Oh, for heart things.
Yeah, there's still stimulant.
Yeah.
So 2 forms of stimulants: immediate release.
Wild. Oh my God. Sorry, that happened to one of this kid in high school. He wasn't in high school. We were in like junior high. Is that a thing? Middle school. He drank like 4 or 5 Red Bulls, but was ADHD and it was on like Ritalin or something like that.
Oh my God.
And had like, it didn't have like a full blown heart attack, but he had like a heart thing.
Yeah.
And had to go to the hospital. Yeah, because he was
I'm not surprised.
It
mixed
so
much Red Bull
I don't
anyway.
think it was 6. I think it was probably like 3 Red Bulls and ADHD medication.
But still, it's like the combination of the two. Like it's wild.
It was wild.
Well, yeah, I mean they have age restrictions on Red Bulls and
I don't
in
think
England at least.
I don't think they were like old enough to do that. But that was like when Red Bull became like a thing and everyone was like drinking it. It might have been Monster. I don't know. For legal reasons.
Red Bull did not give him wings.
Yeah, did you know someone won like a crazy amount of money because they drank Red Bull and they sued Red Bull because they didn't get wings?
So funny.
Like I wish that I was that person that did that.
I'd be so annoyed at the amount of time that would take up in our lives if you were suing Red Bull for not giving you wings. You'd be like, I can't have my court case. I'd be like, oh, let it go. Like,
but then how cool would it be if I won like $25 million?
Yeah, I would.
You'd been cool. Like, it's fine. Don't worry. It was all worth it.
I'd be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So 2 types of stimulants: immediate release, short acting, and then extended release, which is intermediate acting or long acting. The short acting, how long do they actually last? Just up to 4 hours. And then intermediate to long acting is 6 to 8 hours. But some can last up to 16 hours, which are generally, like, from experience of people I've known, tend to work a bit better because it's safer for the amphetamine branches and types. Most stimulants fall into one of 2 drug classes. methylphenidates, I think is how you say it, and amphetamines. Drug classification group medications together by their similarities, such as active ingredients or approved use. And non-stimulants are prescription medications, but they are not controlled substances like stimulants. This means you're less likely to improperly use or become dependent on them. They work by increasing the levels of norepinephrine in your brain. Non-stimulant medications for ADHD take longer to start working than stimulants. You may not feel the full effects of the medications until you've been taking them regularly for 3 to 4 weeks. However, these medications can also help you improve your attention, focus, and impulsivity. They work up for 24 hours. Your healthcare provider may prescribe a non-stimulant for various reasons, including stimulants aren't effective, you have intolerable side effects from stimulants, or you want to try pairing it with a stimulant to increase effectiveness. Oh, I didn't know people did that.
Well, so it's basically just saying that the medication's not necessarily, it's not one size fits all, and there's a bunch of different kinds, and you need to figure out your dosage. Similar to kind of a lot of medications, like say thyroid medication, like it might take you years to find the right dosage, or antidepressants as well.
Yeah, well, it's going to be the next thing in here is antidepressants are also used for ADHD medication as well.
Surely they are. Yeah. Because what does it do? It reduces brain activity?
So the FDA hasn't specifically approved antidepressants for the treatment of ADHD. However, healthcare providers sometimes prescribe them alone or in combination with a stimulant for treatment. The antidepressants providers typically prescribe for ADHD work on the dopamine and norepinephrine levels in your brain. The most common drug classes are norepinephrine, dopamine reuptake inhibitors, and tricyclics. Oh my gosh, tricyclics.
I don't know.
If you know, comment below. Tricyclics. It sounds like a bicycle, basically, but with 3 wheels, but it's not.
Yeah, now you just got me thinking about a monkey on a tricycle, just doing like the tap, 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 tap.
That's because you need medicating.
I don't need medicating. I've managed 23 years.
I need to just 23 years.
I've managed 23 years, and I'm doing pretty good. It's debatable how I'm doing, but
you're doing pretty great.
I think I'm doing pretty good.
Antidepressants that only work on the serotonin levels in your brain, called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, haven't been shown to be effective for treating the main symptoms of ADHD, but they can be helpful in combination with stimulants if you also have a mental health condition such as depression or anxiety disorder.
Oh, anxiety. She's a friend.
She's a friend. Is she?
She's my best friend. She's my best friend. She a real pet. Got her own something.
And the list is long.
Yeah, let's not get into it.
No. We don't need to go through the different brand names, because there's so many different ones that are used.
That's what I should have done.
Across the board.
I think in another life, I would have been a pharmacist maker. I would have been a pharmaceutical company.
A pharmacologist.
Yeah. Just to make money.
In another world, you were big pharma.
In another world, I was big pharma. That's live pharma.
What are the side effects of ADHD medications? Off the bat, very common ones are decreased appetite, leading to weight loss, which happens quite a lot.
Let's do that.
Oh, God.
That's my poor decision of the day. I'm going to go get me some medication for ADHD.
To be a skinny legend.
Yeah, just like my brain. Skinny legend brain.
I wanted the body to match.
Yeah.
Difficulty sleeping is another one a long time.
That's why you couple it with Zopiclone.
Oh my God. For legal reasons, she's definitely joking.
I'm just making cocktails now.
Oh God. She's joking. This is a mocktail.
It's a medtail.
A medtail.
It's a medtail.
Other ADHD medication side effects include the rebound effect, which is the fatigue, basically like a withdrawal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, essentially from not taking it. Anxiety, increased anxiety and depression. Great. Tics, sudden repetitive movements and sounds, such as eye blinking or throat clearing. Minor growth delay, which is obviously for children and adolescents.
Yeah.
Upset stomach, which may include nausea and vomiting. That would be just unbearable for me. Changes in blood pressure and heart rate.
Wild.
Yeah, there's honestly so many different side effects. generally the main ones that you probably will have noticed among people you know are the loss of appetite, sleep problems.
I don't know
weight
many.
loss.
I don't know many people with ADHD.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like almost so many people in my
No.
life. It's almost like we flock together.
No, I don't know many people.
I guess that makes sense. Being in a corporate role, that you're gonna have less.
But even my friends, like, I don't know.
That's just me making an assumption. Then.
I don't know many people. No, like we have to do a lot of training. I think I mentioned this before. Like we have to do a lot. Like I'm a manager at my job, so I have to do like a lot of training on like neurodivergent people, so that if we get one in our teams, we know how to work with them. Like, not like basically to remove the stereotypes and all that stuff, and like I don't know, help set them up for success. Like say with ADHD, it's like maybe schedule calendars for them and say like this is the time you should be training, this is the time you should be doing that. So we do a lot of like stuff on that, but I actually don't know. I really don't know. Also, people don't just like walk around to me. I mean, not all people are me. Whereas I just go around and disclose my medical history.
People are very well managed and medicated and
yeah. But I also don't know how many people are comfortable just like walking up to me and going, "Oh yeah, I have ADHD."
Well, yeah, because there's still a lot of stigma there.
Is there?
Yeah, there is 100%.
What's the stigma?
That you're impulsive, all over the place, like erratic. Like, there's a lot of different things that can come up. Because I know that, like...
Maybe I live under the gutters.
Maybe. I feel like I've had it, like, be something that's, like, been thrown at me in, like, arguments and stuff like that. Where it's been like, yeah, well, you have this, and that's why you're not getting this right. And it's like, well, that's not particularly helpful or supportive.
Or necessarily true.
Yeah. What if I'm just shit at this?
And I'm just not doing it. No, I haven't.
I'm just having a look at how many people are working in the corporate world.
I've never had that.
Estimated that around 5% of adults in corporate jobs are likely to have ADHD.
It's not a very large
it's still pretty low, yeah. So that's why I was like, but also there's other reasons as to why that could be considered like underdiagnosis and corporate environment challenges. So like a lot of people don't join those fields because of having ADHD. Like I literally cannot imagine working in the corporate field because of my ADHD.
Oh.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. That's why like
I think the worst thing that happens to me is like if I'm not interested in something, I will zone out. Like
yeah, that's my problem with like,
I've been in meetings before and it's been worse because it's been on Teams, like or like Zoom or whatever, and people have been like, "Yeah, Liv, like, what are your thoughts on that?" I'll be like,
"Oh, his
like,
computer's making noise at me."
like literally, like, oh, it's been like embarrassing. I've always managed to talk my way out of it because for one thing, I'm very good at talking shit. So I've always been able to like kind of skeet by. But that's probably the only thing that I have. But my job's actually like they're pretty good. Like I don't really have fixed hours. It's not strict. Like I can like I think it's because I'm a manager that it's a little bit more different. But it works pretty well for me. It's just like I work things into my day. But
yeah, fair enough.
I've never been, other than like zoning out on important meetings. I don't really, because again, like my deadlines, if I have to work on a project or something, it'll get done, but it'll get done on the due date.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, I've never really seen it as an issue.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess it's just everyone's different. Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know. I would never limit myself because of something. Like I would.
Oh, to me, it's not a limitation. It's that I just wouldn't want to be there.
Yeah,
like that's what
I
mean. I wouldn't want to be there because you're saying like you'd find it struggling to, you find it hard to concentrate in things you don't find interesting, and so that's a difficulty for you on Teams in one of those meetings where it gets boring. The entire job for me would be like I have to be interested in the industry, like massively.
Yeah, but I'm interested in finance.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not, so it wouldn't work. Whereas it's definitely things that I'm interested that you're not interested in. That you would never be able to hyper focus on, but I would be like 4 days so into this one subject, and you'd be like, okay, cool, you do you, babe.
No, I'm definitely interested in finance. I think more now it's starting to get difficult because I am leaving, that I'm not as invested, but I'm definitely interested in it, and it's helped me do really, really well. Like I've done really well at my job because I have been fixated on it.
You're interested in it. That's a great thing. Like that's why like finding a job that you're interested in is like probably the biggest. It's important for everyone, but I think especially if you're like neurodivergent. Like, you really do need to find something you're interested in
Yeah.
and passionate about, or else it's, for me, it feels near impossible. Like, things that I find boring are like just near impossible tasks because they don't give you that dopamine release,
Yeah.
and that's the problem with having ADHD, is you're not getting that release.
I also get like super like when I finish something, like when I send that email and like all the work's done, I'm just
You're
like,
like,
like
I'm amazing.
just such a nice feeling. It's like it's all done. Here are your stats. So some of the specific challenges in symptoms, I suppose you want to call it, like categories of what people deal with. I kind of drilled into that and what people do to manage it. So like executive dysfunction, you've touched on that briefly. It's a symptom that happens. It disrupts your brain's ability to control thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It's common in conditions like ADHD. Common ways that people manage this, according to the interwebs. Setting the stage for focus. So basically, like setting yourself up for success. People do that in the way of like sticky notes, calendars, making their environment setting their environment up with the least amount of distractions and the most amount of reminders that they need to do something. To-do lists are really big. So personally, I have a to-do list for everything.
Yeah, me too.
I get into work every day and I write a to-do list of all the things I have to do. If I go to the grocery store without a to-do list, I'm buying like
me and
milk
you and
and
that
chicken.
freaking sponge, because we didn't write a to-do
Yeah.
list. We went shopping for it. Like,
Oh
it was,
my God.
God, it was like weeks. It was like a month. It took us a month
so
to buy a new
gross.
sponge because we just kept
The sponge.
forgetting.
It was like I don't know, like SpongeBob's grandma in that one episode.
It was like SpongeBob who was dehydrated and fell.
Like, it's so bad. Like, fell in the mud.
It's like those scary realism shots of SpongeBob. That's what it looked like.
It's so bad.
It was so bad. But how long did it take us? As soon as we got in the car and like we're on the way home, we were like, oh, the sponge.
So and more things is like break things down into bite-sized, manageable chunks. So if you've got like a big project to do, or like you've got to pack all your stuff and move, do it in like manageable chunks. Don't do it all on the last day. Yeah, I mean, find what works for you, right? Time blindness. That refers to the difficulty. Refers to what Robin has
massively
every day. Time blindness. It refers to the difficulty people with ADHD have experiencing an understanding of time in the terms of how much time has passed and how much time it's going to take to complete something. So they might go like
100%.
So one of the pieces of advice in here, and I wrote down.
I have to allow massive amounts of time for things. If I'm going out on a night out or something, so this is like one example. If I'm going for like dinner at 7, I'll backtrack from there and go, how long will it take me to get there? 15 minutes. I'll give myself half an hour. 6:30. How long will I need to do my makeup? Give myself 2 hours to give myself extra time back to 4:30. If I need to wash my hair beforehand, I should be doing that at 3:30. And then I go back and like, I need to have lunch at 12. I need to be home by 1:30. Like, that's how it has to be if I need to be
that's
somewhere.
it. So it leads to people's issues of punctuality and being able to manage their schedules effectively. So some strategies to overcome this is like setting frequent alarms, creating visual schedules, breaking tasks into smaller steps, building buffer times into your schedule.
It turned off. I have to show my alarms for anyone who is watching, because this is like, you're gonna like, they are hilarious.
You can just post it in the thing.
Oh, but it's funny to scroll down.
Mine are very similar. Like, I have alarms for absolutely everything in my phone in my life. But so I even wrote down on here. Like, so it says like track. So some of the things that you can do to like help time blindness is like track how long it takes you to do things. Yeah. So I said, for example, for you, like I wrote the example down because like for you specifically is like time how long it takes you to have a shower and blow dry your hair, and then the next time you need to get ready, you know it's going to take me an hour to shower and blow dry my hair, and then it's not like, oh, it's going to take me 45 minutes to do that, and then it's actually like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I mean those are the ones that I have tracked and done those things with.
No, but I'm just it was just an example.
For me, it's the random distractions that get me, and then it's not having a concept of time while I'm doing those things. So if I go into like a shop or something like that, like time is just a concept to me. It's like I think the time will pause in the time that I've gone in to do this little moment thing, and then I will forget that I'm supposed to be doing something else. It's like you with the gym bottles. It was like just I'm in the middle of something, oh, I want to do that, and then suddenly you're in Bunnings buying like glass cutters, and then you're like back to go and do the packing again. You go, oh, I just wasted like 3 hours doing this, and now
on a side quest.
Yeah, on a side quest. Like Yeah.
It is.
Time is but a concept to me, and it is something that plagues my life.
Another one that is common is task switching paralysis. So that refers to the feeling of being stuck or unable to easily transition between tasks. So when you're doing something, it's like, I've got to stop and now do this, but you can't do that because it just feels either overwhelming or you just don't feel like you can do it. So
if I haven't finished one, I really struggle to go into a different task. I feel like I need to finish it.
completely ground
I
it
mean,
off.
it's the same with like cleaning the house. Like I will keep finding things that I can do. So if I've started on it and I'm into it, like I will struggle to do other things, and then I will have forgotten to go to the supermarket and it'll close and things like that.
Yeah.
Like it just, yeah.
And some like ways that people have said to manage that is, again, to-do lists. Prioritize your big tasks. So if you know you've got to do like 4 things in the day, do the most important one first. Take breaks in between. Use timers to set clear boundaries. So say you are cleaning your house, you're gonna say, I'm not doing a deep clean. I'm just gonna tidy up for an hour, and then the hour goes off. Okay, well, I've got to stop now. I've got to go do this. Just to set some real good boundaries. Also practicing mindfulness. So kind of understanding like, why am I not able to stop this? And like really kind of drill into that root, being present and then switching. Impulse control is another one. So it refers to inability to resist acting on urges or desires. The only really thing that I found on this as common ways to manage it is like mindfulness, breathing exercises, and taking pauses. So before you like act on, like you take action on something, or before you speak and respond to someone, is try like 3 breaths. So just breathe and then respond, rather than, like even buying something in a store. Let's say that was the impulsive decision. It's actually, let's just sit on this for a bit. I have this. I've got impulse control problems.
I was going to say both of us have impulse control problems in different ways, but we both have
mine.
them.
Mine are very, very different, I think, than the average person. My impulsive decisions are always life choices.
Yeah,
like it's always like, I'm not feeling it today. I'm gonna move to Canada.
Okay, no, both of us have done this. Both of us, not to Canada, but I've done the like. I mean, I've literally messaged you before and been like, "I'm moving out tomorrow. Help me."
Yeah. More than once.
Yeah, more than once.
More than once.
Done this.
But those are kind of mine. I make really, really big life decisions. There's, again, the song, I think I quoted this one of the last times we were here. There's a song and it says, I make life decisions in the time it takes to brush my teeth. That is literally my life. And again, it's always worked out.
I was going to say, I feel like it's often because it's
always worked out.
I feel like my impulse control can be different. So I definitely have a problem with impulse control with money. It's definitely one that I really struggle with. And I struggle to monitor that because, like, I struggle with that one just because I get that. How do I say it? I reason with it as a thing that I've needed for a long time. Like I will tell myself like, well, you've needed this for X amount of time and you've been meaning to do it. And because I put things off and don't do things for a while and I forget about things, I suddenly have the ability to get that thing and get that thing ticked off my to-do list. So I do it then.
Yeah.
Instead of going, oh, but did you check your to-do list to see if there was something higher up on the list?
Yeah.
Or did you just do that now?
Was there something else I needed to buy first?
But then with big life choices and things like that, I tend to, or other big decisions, people might think they look rash because I did them that afternoon, but I will have wanted to do them for a while. I was waiting until the moment that it was right.
Yeah.
So they generally work out for me. I've actually very rarely had a time where it hasn't. But again, that's also the other problem with that's the problem with ADHD sometimes and your impulsivity is that it's hard to assess when's the right time and when's the wrong time, because when you do it wrong, you've done it wrong. But for me, it's generally worked out. It's the same with like my timing for big tasks and getting like coursework done. I would always get it done and I'd always do really, really well. But then I look back on it and go like, oh, if I gave myself just like a little bit more time, could it have been better? And I'm like, yes. But then my brain I go, but you wouldn't have done it and you will never do it a bit sooner. Yeah. And I still haven't done that time and time again.
I find there's a lot of different things that can link into that. And like, say if we're talking in terms of like impulsive life decisions, it can just it can feed into the philosophy on the way that you live your life. I don't necessarily believe in, that's another reason why we have this podcast, is like I don't necessarily believe in regrets. It's every decision has led you to exactly where you're meant to be. Whether it was good, whether it was learning, whether it is what it is, it's all a part of the journey. So it's like, while we might make really impulsive decisions in the grand scheme of things, and yes, you might have been thinking about them for a long time, regardless of how it was made. That was the decision that was made. And
dealing with that now.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah.
And so that's our
No, I'll
present
agree with
moment.
that. I've made bad decisions and like poor decisions, and they've been stuff that I've gone like, oh, I should regret those things, but then they've always led to
Something.
something. No matter what, like it has led to something that's needed to happen. So I feel like there's always something guiding that. I don't know. Maybe that's because I'm a bit spiritual, and that's probably what it is, a bit backing that. But it's true, and I feel like I can't look back on any moment in my life, and even though I can feel regretful, maybe people hurt in the wake of things, I still think that it's had to happen. You know?
I'm not gonna share this one overly with like so many details in it because it's some information that doesn't really pertain to me, and I understand that I could probably just evade this entire segment from the episode, but I think it's worth the theory behind it. Even is worth it. So like a couple weeks ago, Robin had a pretty rough time with some friends.
Oh yeah.
And I picked her up from the ferry terminal where she was. And it was kind of like the state that she was in that day was just so regretful, so upset, so distressed. And it's like now looking back on it a week, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later.
Already a different view.
Are we not happy that each of those decisions, like, yeah, okay, everything didn't need to play out necessarily the way that it did, but are we not
100%.
happy with the overall scheme of how it happened? Because now look at the view that you have on those individuals.
Oh, 100%. Like it all had to happen. Like
had to happen.
Really awful day, but then it's also I've come out the other end of it going, but if I hadn't had that happen, then I wouldn't have had these realizations on.
But it wouldn't have kicked anything off.
It wouldn't have, no. And then none of the rest of it, all the good wouldn't have come out of it. It's like
exactly.
that. It's like that turning of the soil, like kind of a thing. Something else needed to grow.
Yep, 100%. Like no bad decisions. I think that's just my philosophy, and I'll like link everything back to that. But I believe in it.
Like it is true though. Like can feel regretful for people being upset and people being hurt, 100%.
But the bigger picture now is what we see.
Bigger picture is how is our life going to turn out, and that is very important. Who we have around us, who we keep around
100%.
us.
100%. That's the only connection.
Yeah.
It
all comes back to love, guys.
It all comes back to connection. It's just a simple gesture of reaching out.
We have to insert that one day.
For those,
if you know, you know.
If for those on the audios only, I've reached out and grabbed my vape because it's all about reaching out for connection.
It's always about connecting to her vape.
It's always about connecting. Not necessarily the vape. That was just what was in my hand when I had
the
realization.
That realization.
I had the realization a couple months ago that life, the fundamental,
that you're being and living, and
the whole reason we're alive is to connect, or the whole reason I'm alive is to connect.
She happened to be holding
my vape in my
hand.
Vape
at the time.
But I made the I'll insert the video at some stage. It'll be on the Instagrams.
I just love the whole video is so adorable, but just that moment was so adorable. Yeah. I was there watching it happen, and Liv was like, "Stop laughing at me," and I was like,
just like staring at me smiling
because I was like, "She's so adorable right now," and I know exactly what moment she's having. It's just very funny that the vape was the thing that ended up looking like God to her in that moment.
It did. Also, the fridge had a face. Yeah. Anyways, decision fatigue, that's another one. So decision fatigue refers to the mental state of exhaustion that occurs when someone has too many decisions to make in a short period of time, leading to a decline in the quality of the choices that we make, also often resulting in procrastination, impulsive decisions, or feeling completely stuck. I get this one every single goddamn day. Every single day.
You see me get this in the restaurants.
Yeah, no. But
I have to ask people for recommendations so that I can at least whittle things down because I cannot deal with a multiple page menu to me.
Oh no, that's hell.
Awful.
And that's the thing. It's like I deal with people all day, and I'm a manager, so I make decisions around things all day. And then at the end of the day, there's nothing to me that sounds more like hell than having to choose what I want for dinner. I love cooking, so that's different. Like I love to cook, so that's a happy part for me. But I don't want to choose what to cook. I know it's such a small little task.
It's not. It's a huge one for people with ADHD, though.
It's debilitating. Some days I won't even eat because I'm like I can't do it.
You know that me and you have the same couple meals.
Yeah, that's the point that I was trying to get to is I've got 3 meals that I have on rotation because I'm like I know that if I'm in the state where I can't be bothered to think of anything,
what's the third one?
Well, it's steak, tacos, and like a chicken Caesar salad.
Oh yeah, true. You never made me that.
Have I not?
No.
I've definitely.
We lived on 2
I've
meals
definitely
the
made
entire
it.
time we lived together.
I've definitely made it for you.
You
I've been.
haven't.
If I haven't, I've been holding out.
You have been holding out. You've actually been speaking about it since we first met. I forgot that you talked
It's the
about
best.
it.
I probably had it like.
Okay, we have to have it before you
Yeah,
leave.
it's the best. It's literally the best. It's
Yeah,
like
I have
homemade.
I have
it's
like
so
3,
good.
4 meals that I flip between, and I can only do like really I only have like one breakfast food that I'm okay with.
Great choice for me because I don't eat breakfast. So it's like I don't have to decide.
Well, I don't eat breakfast till about 11 o'clock, and that's like again, it's food is the one thing. If I'm going through like a time where I'm really crashing, like things are really a struggle for me, and I'm trying to maybe pick up a new routine in a different way, food is the one that goes on the back burner. And I love food, so that's the crazy thing. So I'll end up ordering food that I like just to like. I'll have to whittle it down again though if I'm ordering food online. I have to choose one thing that I can choose between.
Oh, see, that's the difference. So I've got a friend who she's so funny. She likes one of her like pastimes is she likes to browse Uber Eats just to see like what's on. Like not even if she's ordering it. She's like I like to see what food's available, so I write it on a list or whatever. I hate it.
That sounds awful to me.
I hate there's too many choices.
Yeah, there's too many choices. That's what I mean. That's why I remember like I have to whittle it down to like one thing.
Like one genre.
One genre, yeah. I can't do multiple genres. And if someone's wanting to do it with me, I will literally give them my phone and be like, just pick. I don't care. I'll say like this is the region I'm thinking. So say I'm thinking Chinese today, or I'm thinking Indian, or I'm thinking like Japanese. I'd be like, or Korean. I'd be like, that is what I would prefer.
Go.
But go anything. Here's the budget. Like
Yeah.
I just cannot deal with doing the choice.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Another one. No, that was it.
The end.
Bye. No, what the hell did I write here? Managing. Oh, that was it. That's it. Yeah, so those are just some tricks on how to manage it. But yeah, basically kind of talks about just the emphasis on. It does place an emphasis as well in every one of those that I don't actually think I mentioned, that the need for adequate sleep and exercise.
Oh yeah, sleep is a big one. And exercise too. Obviously, we both do exercise, and we both go nuts if we don't have exercise.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It makes it much worse.
But that's also, I think, a mental thing as well. Managing, like, prioritizing your decisions, having schedules, like it's all kind of the same thing on how to manage it. It's just like try and set again. This kind of goes back to the same one. Is like set your environment up to be successful with the least amount of distractions.
100%. For me, like sleep is definitely one of the ones that's a big struggle for me, as you've seen, because I struggle to go to bed.
Yeah. I
don't go to bed till very late because I get distracted in the evening time, and I find I'm more alive in the evening time. So I struggle to go to bed before midnight. Like and I have to be up early as well, like for my job. So I really struggle. And then on the weekend, I'll like crash and have to have like one big sleep a week. Like there'll be like a big one in there, not as big as your weekend. Your 20-hour sleep.
So 20 hours.
That was insane.
It was great. It was beautiful. But to be fair, like I think that was coupled with all the stress that I'm dealing with at the moment.
Oh, definitely. There's a reason why you
need
like
a big life change that it's like.
You also might have been getting sick or something and just needed to wipe it out. Who knows? Because I find that if I have a sleep like that, it's because I was starting to get something, and then my body was like, nope.
Yeah, it was also down. Like the Friday was also a big night. I think I got back to the hotel at like 4 a.m. and then left at 8 a.m. Like it was 4 hours of sleep, so it was like not. Like adequate. It was also a big night.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't adequate.
I was really tired the next day, and I think it was a lot of stress.
But yeah, sleep is the one that I struggle with.
I do not struggle with sleep. I struggle in some aspects of sleeping, like we've covered all the sleep stuff
in the dream episode.
But I'm not a night person.
I'm such a night owl. Yeah.
I'm not a night person. I'm not a morning person either, though. I'm like a middle of the day person.
You really are a
late
middle
morning
of the day person.
Yeah.
Nothing better in the morning, by the way, than waking up to the sound of Liv making coffee for me. That is just like heaven on earth. Horrible noise, but really, really nice to hear.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what is that fucking sound? And I look in the kitchen and she's like half awake, just like underneath the coffee.
I'm literally half awake
like,
making coffee.
You are. You're like a gremlin.
Because I'm like, I don't even want to be vertical right now, but I want coffee. So that trumps it every time.
I love the zoomed in photos of your face in bed when you're just like, no.
What photos? Where are these photos?
I'm going to set like 1 million of them now.
It was photos of me in bed.
Ever? Never. With our taped window. Iconic. Supplements. Let's go au natural.
That's all I do, baby.
Raw. Next question.
Okay. All right. Alrighty.
That's how I do my ADHD.
Yeah.
Raw dogging it every single day.
100%.
As everyone
Also,
can
my
fucking
anxiety.
tell.
Also, I was talking to one of my friends the other day that has anxiety as well, because I've got anxiety, and I'm like, I've been prescribed lorazepam for it, and I don't take any, and I never have. And one of my friends was talking about how when they take their anxiety medication, they were skeptical, but then it actually is just like, wow, like things just feel kind of like you feel less anxious, stupidly.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, like maybe I should take
the thing
that.
you've
Like
been
maybe I
medicated.
should take the thing that I'm prescribed for my anxiety.
Do you take it for flying?
No, I take sleeping pills.
Again, you should take the anti-anxiety pills for the time beforehand as well.
Hi. Just saying hello to this one quickly.
That's all right.
Oh, good.
Yo, Michael, they're filming a podcast.
It's okay. we'll wait.
I just want to come say hi, man. Lainey, say hi here. See you later. Sorry. They're filming a podcast. So I was like, yo, Michael. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
That's okay.
Well, I'm out of here now, so you guys. No, you're good.
You're okay.
Take care, bro. Bro, I don't even recognize that one. She's big now, right? Big, right? You know, big all over stuff with men. Alright, bro. Yes, big.
Please leave. Just make that a clip. That's so funny. That's, Michael, they're filming a podcast.
He goes, oh.
He's like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, bye.
He's like,
Literally.
"Oh."
I don't know what that means. To be fair, I think he was by the smell that entered the room.
Yeah.
I think he was quite
Hoy.
Hoy.
He's been using the au natural medication.
yeah, literally right on cue.
Right on cue. Weirdly not listed in here. All right. Supplements. First ones on here that are listed for recommendations to people with ADHD are the omega-3 fatty acids, so your fish oils, to help brain function. But that's just for good for all brains. Anyway, I find that
my brain is still on what just
that
happened.
was really funny.
Like that's where I am at. Like I'm not even here. I'm just on that. Anyways, continue. Omega fatty acids, fish oils.
Omega-3s, yeah. My problem with fish oils is I always forget which ones I liked because I only liked one brand, and then all the others I hated the taste and feeling of taking them.
Yeah.
And then I found one that I enjoyed, and then I forgot which one it was.
And I hate all of them.
I feel like it's pretty much like the most expensive one was the one that I liked because it didn't give me that
It would
feeling
be.
and taste. It's just always the way that
It's the
bloody
taste.
is.
I don't like it. Like I used to take collagen powder because I've got like really thin hair, right? And like my nails are pretty shit because I do like acrylics. So I was taking collagen powder for a while, but I was taking fish collagen, and it was and it said like odorless, tasteless. Buddy, it was not odorless or tasteless.
Yeah, I found
tasted
that the
like
marine
fish.
ones don't work for me. I like the what are they called? I forgot it begins with a B, but the regular
Bovine.
collagen. Yeah, that's it, bovine collagen. I found they were better for me. They just if you can tolerate them, but I think for some people the marine is way
Again,
better.
one of my friends, the one that I was talking about before, drinks bone broth every day.
Yeah, really good for
It's
you.
really
but
good,
I
yeah.
hate
I should
the
start
taste
doing
of that though.
Oh,
As well.
my god, the one that she gets is so good. I'll ask
Can you
her for
find
the
out which
link
one
of
it
it.
is?
Yeah,
Because the one that
It's
I've had is horrible.
absolutely delicious. She would make it for us every day, and it was just like, to be fair, we weren't leaving because we were trapped in an apartment in LA. So we would just drink bone broth and not eat until like dinner. But it's just
Health as well.
we weren't moving. Like
Yeah, true. You weren't doing anything. You were literally sitting still.
we were literally sitting still.
You
We
were
were like
getting your
lying in bed
nutritional
watching
needs.
TV, drinking bone broth. That's it.
That is amazing.
Yeah. My wild time in LA.
Crazy. I don't know what the vegan alternatives would be. Maybe taking
There is
there's like
some.
flax seeds and
Yeah,
things,
there
flaxseed
is-
oil, things like that. I mean, I take evening primrose oil, but I take that more for like it helps like menstrual stuff like PMS and things. But it also apparently can help towards this.
Yeah.
Zinc, magnesium, iron, vitamin D, melatonin may potentially help manage ADHD symptoms, improving focus, reducing hyperactivity, and supporting better sleep. I don't personally take melatonin just because I get too drowsy with everything. I just really struggle
Yeah.
with anything. I mean, you know me with like antihistamines. I
But
have
maybe
to
you
take
should
them
take
at night.
melatonin at night and then you go to sleep before 12.
No, but I wouldn't. I don't want to be in bed before 12. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I know I should be. I just
just don't want to be there.
I can't do it. I need my time to myself. Other ones that are known, they're discussed in relation, but their research is more limited, whereas the other ones, they have a lot more, there's a lot more backing to them, a lot more studies. So vitamin B complex, particularly B6, can possibly play a role in neurotransmitter function, which is super interesting. Also, vitamin B, I think B6, also apparently can help keep away mosquitoes. This is something my mum has told me. I don't know if that's valid. I've tried taking it. I hate the smell of vitamin B as well. Ugh, horrible smelling tablets. But good for you. Ginkgo biloba. Some studies suggest it may improve cognitive function, but research is inconclusive. L-theanine, which is from green tea, and that's in quite a lot of, you'll see that in a lot of different like focus drinks and stuff. That I have found helps for me.
Okay.
Personally. So
I haven't like tried any of these. I've only ever taken magnesium.
Oh no, I've tried L-theanine in green tea, and I've used that for studying in the past, like quite a few times, especially if I'm trying to remove coffee from my diet.
I drank a lot of green tea, and that was the skinniest I've ever been in my life. I was also anorexic, but
yeah, I think that
might have been
the main thing. Yeah,
that might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. And
but
then,
I accredit it to the green tea.
Yeah, just the green tea. And then circling back to probiotics and gut health.
Yeah,
again.
gut health, bro.
Yeah, about the research linking your gut health and ADHD, and probiotics can potentially play a role in helping that, because the gut is the second brain.
I would love to have somebody on here that knows about
guts.
Okay,
we'll get someone on to talk about gut health, I think.
We'll get someone to talk about guts.
Especially when it comes to like bodily function stuff, I think we're going to need more help in that.
Yeah, well, because I don't want to be like, I'm not Google. Like, there's actually a professional here.
I would love that.
She is Google.
And then I got really into research around nicotine, which is not a recommended supplement.
Don't do it.
But.
Don't do it.
Again, but there have been studies on nicotine's effect on cognition. Like, and there's one interesting study on big article on Science Direct. Nicotine's effect on cognition, a friend or foe. Abstract: tobacco smoking is a preventable cause of morbidity and mortality throughout the world. Smoking comes in the form of absorption of many compounds, among which nicotine is the main psychoactive component of tobacco, and its positive and negative reinforcement effects are proposed to be the key mechanism for the initiation and maintenance of smoking. Growing evidence suggests that cognitive enhancement effects of nicotine may also contribute to the difficulty of quitting smoking, especially in individuals with psychiatric disorders. So individuals who have ADHD are 30% more likely to be addicted to like nicotine. I think that's one of the ones I found. I find it hard.
I mean, I can't comment because I can't comment on it, but I think part of the thing is with a vape, for example, is the what's it called, like oral fixation?
Yeah,
like,
that's covered in this as well.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Like, I've listened to the studies, I've done the research, I've read the books on like how to quit, what does nicotine actually do for you, blah blah blah. It does nothing, but it's like an emotional support habit. Like,
so
keep your hands busy. It's just like a thing. It's like it becomes a habit.
So nicotine though could be helping your cognitive abilities.
Yeah,
is actually part of this as well.
Yeah.
So there's many.
I like to live my life with the belief that nicotine does absolutely nothing for me.
Well, yeah, but you still haven't quit. But yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. I have not quit.
I don't know. I found it kind of a little bit like, again, you can quit smoking without quitting nicotine as well. Though that's like smoking 100% is terrible for you.
How?
Like nicotine gum, nicotine patches, nicotine pouches. That's what I've been doing research on as well. So this is particularly around nicotine actually having benefits. And then the other, again, this is it's kind of a difficult subject to broach because we label in society, we being society, label drugs as either bad or good, or no middle ground. No middle ground. But there's also possible beneficial effect. Well, there is. We can next summarize the beneficial effect of nicotine on cognition under pathological conditions, including Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and schizophrenia. Stress-induced anxiety, depression, drug-induced memory impairment. The possible mechanism underlying nicotine's effect is also explored. Finally, nicotine's detrimental effect on cognition is discussed, including the prenatal and adolescent periods, and high-dose nicotine and withdrawal-induced memory impairment is emphasized. Therefore, nicotine services as both friend and foe. Nicotine-derived compounds could be a promising strategy to alleviate neurological disease-associated cognitive deficit. However, due to nicotine's detrimental effect, continued educational programs and public awareness campaigns are needed to reduce tobacco use among pregnant women, and smoking should be quitted even if it's an e-cigarette, especially for the adolescents. So it's finding that we can see there's benefits to nicotine, but their use of tobacco is still very, 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 very bad for you. So that's why that people with ADHD in particular and find it very, very hard to quit smoking or leaving nicotine, because they are getting the benefit. Like, they finally get more brain fog when they don't have it. They can't concentrate without it, and it feels even more of a drop because you're getting that. But you're both getting a withdrawal, and you're losing a cognitive help.
Yeah.
So there's actually been quite a few studies on this. I also went into a little bit of a sidestep and started looking at tobacco, because tobacco has been used in spiritual practice for thousands upon thousands of years. But that's beside the point.
But do you know why? Like, what is it about the nicotine that has the benefits?
I'll pull it up. Nicotine triggers the release of dopamine from the nucleus accumbens, increasing motivation, increasing in feelings of well-being, alertness, and motivation. Nicotine also triggers the release of certain neurochemicals from the ventral tegmental area itself. Tegmental or tegmental?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. That's okay. Okay, so it's like that hit of instant gratification that you get from nicotine.
Well, it depends on how you're absorbing it, but it's actually triggering that release through your neurotransmitters.
Okay.
And the same way that you're doing with stimulants as well. But obviously they're working differently, but it actually can help people focus. Like, there's so many people who found that smoking has helped with that, but that's also, like, smoking is bad for them. It's not good for your body.
It's not bad. It's not good
helping
overall.
with their brain function. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it extra hard to quit.
Okay,
So
interesting.
yeah, so and again, the fact that it also could possibly help with what have I got written here as well? Nicotine is a prophylactic, so whether or not it can actually help prevent things like Parkinson's from developing further. And what were the other ones listed? Schizophrenia and Alzheimer's disease as well. So these are huge things that which you're more predisposed to as well if you have ADHD, you could possibly be preventing with nicotine. It's just needing more studies
striking that balance.
And also when you go to buy like nicotine gum and anything nicotine related, which are used as what are they called, N or something, like nicotine reducing modes or whatever they are, to basically help you quit smoking.
Yeah.
They basically tell you, like, unless you're a smoker or a nicotine user, you shouldn't be taking this.
Yeah.
So
like Champax, for example.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to be taking them unless you're quitting smoking.
Yeah. Well, I think
because obviously you're getting nicotine. You could be you're introducing nicotine to yourself. Yeah. Which is so addictive.
My friend found these. They're bringing them in for me.
Zins?
No. I don't like Zins.
Have you had these?
Zins?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had Zins. I don't like.
Those are the pouches.
Yeah. I don't like Zins. I find it burns. It burns my gums, and I was in Canada. My cousin was doing Zins or having Zins or whatever. He's like, "Here, have one of these," and I had one, but it burns, and I just don't. I honestly, so like, I want to believe again, and I don't feel like I need the nicotine. It's the habit for me. It's like it's the constant habit.
Have you tried getting like a nicotine-free?
No, but I've inquired, and that was the step in the direction that I was making. I asked if it was a thing.
You should try it, and then let's see whether or not you get a difference in cognitive function.
Yeah, well, because they're bringing me these little they're lozenges, they're nicotine lozenges.
Yeah.
And they're bringing me in those to help me to stop quit. So because my friend's partner, he vapes, and he's now swapped it with the lozenges, because when he has the lozenge, he doesn't want to vape because it's like too much. So he just has the lozenge.
Like,
I have no idea.
Okay. Because you can get obviously gums and things
they're
like
prescription. You have to be prescribed them, but I think he I don't know, he has like 200 of them, so he's just giving me some.
Is this at work?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, for legal reasons it's not.
Yeah, there's tons of studies on on nicotine's effects on memory. As
Okay.
in positive effects on memory, but unfortunately, like the taking away of it can have a negative impact on the memory.
I
So-
wonder if that's the negative impact on that is a short term or long term. Like, will you decline quickly and you notice that immediately, like short?
I think like as in like the withdrawal time of it, and then it probably
Yeah,
goes back
and then
to
it
normal.
probably goes back to normal.
Yeah, but it probably helps
I would
people with
imagine,
cognitive issues
yeah.
during the time that they're
Yeah.
using nicotine. Yeah, it's quite an interesting thing, and I think.
And then, but then that on the flippity flip of that, if you take away, if you're a nicotine user and it's helping you cognitively, and then you take it away, you're definitely going to notice that those things are taken away because you're having a withdrawal.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
then after you get over that hurdle, it'll go back to normal and you won't realize that you're missing it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just that. Maybe it's just that like in the withdrawal, it's worse.
It's also harder for you to quit if you're someone who has ADHD because we're generally more predisposed to addictions in general, as well as if it's
I don't have an
helping,
addictive personality.
as well as it helping us, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
I thought it was a very interesting little thing to look into.
It is, yeah. It's
And
a
I'd like
little
to cover
good
more things on
subsection.
tobacco in future anyway, because again, I ended up down a bit of a rabbit hole on tobacco use in spiritual ceremonies and stuff, but I think that that's just going to be a discussion for a different day.
A different day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my like full write-ups on the different supplements you can use, and then we already talked about coping mechanisms, which I thought we were going to do a little bit later, but I feel like everything we've talked about is mainly for me is like movement lists, timers, like just and constant reminders, like so many reminders. Like if something's like a big one, I have to go on my fridge, like just having them in plain sight.
Visual aids.
Oh yeah, because we both get. I don't know about you, but I think we both do, don't we? Like what's it called? Object permanence. Like if it's not in sight, I forget about it, and I'm really bad for that.
Depends what the object is. If the object
If
is
it's a vape, then you're not gonna
if
forget.
if it's a vape, I will not forget about it. If it's a human being who I've imprinted on,
Okay, Jake, calm
okay,
down.
Jacob Twilight, I will not forget about it. If it's something that I have to do, I will absolutely never think about it again until I think about it. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
I love when people ask me about my driving, and I'm like, "Fuck, I need to book my driving.
Yeah.
My
It's-
driving test."
It's just like if it's not front and center, it's not front
yeah,
and center.
it doesn't exist to me. It's gone.
Some of the positives of ADHD?
Yeah, because we could talk about like its effect on relationships and things like that, but I think we should save that for maybe a relationship
Relationships, for sure.
episode. Yeah, instead.
I think my personal takeaway of positives on ADHD is like I even told this to a couple people a couple months ago. I tell a lot of things to a lot of people, so recounting it is, the other day I was talking to people about this. I procrastinate a lot, but then when I need to get things done, the velocity in which I can achieve shit is commendable.
100%. I was
Like-
gonna say my main one's problem solving,
Yeah.
like fast problem solving as
Yeah.
well. Like if a thing needs to get done. I mean, even with us moving, it was like we both looked at the room and we were like, that first, leave that part till later.
Yeah, it was just done.
Yeah.
I also think for myself personally, I'm able to stay really calm in situations. I don't know if that's just a personality trait or a trait of ADHD. It's just like things don't really faze me. That's why I'm actually a pretty chill person, because I'm like, it's fine. Like, I'm able to think calm and rationally in high stress situations. And then I die afterwards. And I won't eat for 2 days because I'll be so stressed about things and not want to make a decision to save my life. But in those situations, I am actually able to be like super level-headed. Again, I'm not really sure if that's just me though, or a common thing.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, I'm pretty calm in like stressful situations, to be honest. There's only a few times I ever get like stressed and it's
Angst.
outwardly, I'm never really angsty though. I think I very rarely get angry. That's like
just in the
not-
car.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, you get very
I'm
angry
in the car, yeah. In the car.
God, yeah, you're road rage.
We'll
is
do a
something
whole
else.
episode on road rage, I think, and people's stupid driving and
Well,
how
who was it?
and I will-
To you about it. It was,
I will give you a lesson on how you should drive.
Remember we were talking about I can't remember, it was with Margie and Laura, right? They had like that study on like whether or not people who are generally more compassionate and calm and friendly in everyday life actually are like those people that have road rage. It's because that's when they let out their
Yeah.
anger is during those times.
Yeah. Well, it
Um,
was actually really funny because Lua or Marjorie
yeah,
was
Marjorie
they
has
were
it.
recounting the study on it.
Yeah, Lou
And
was
then I was
talking
like,
about it.
oh, see, but the thing is like I don't get mad at anybody ever. Like I'm really, really
Yeah.
calm in a normal life. And she's like,
Exactly.
exactly. She's like, that's what I'm saying. Like this is your time to let out your anger. So you do it in the car. I was like, oh yes, then that's me.
I'd say
Right.
that the main thing that I would be thankful for when it comes to ADHD is creativity.
Oh yeah.
I found that it massively helps me with creativity and movement as well. I mean, I also spoke to my friend Hannah about this, because she is a dancer and performer, and
Does she
because she's
have ADHD as well?
yeah, because
Yeah.
she's so in tune to sounds, the things that make it difficult in everyday life. Because I think I've told you before, like during like the lockdowns and also having a kid, like it was really rough on having ADHD.
Yeah.
Because I'm very sensitive to sounds, and especially being in a house
getting
in an
overstimulated.
enclosed space without any way to go anywhere
Yeah.
and get my like I guess energy out in a way that's like good and productive for me, was really overwhelming. But in movement, like with Hannah talking about her dance, like because she's so attuned to the music and sounds around her, it means that her pacing can be completely on point because it's just by nature, just moving into that. And when she brought that up, I was like, oh, that actually aligns really well with me and how I feel when I'm doing things like weighted exercises. I feel like my form and natural take on doing weighted movements has always been really good because I can sense that shift within my like center of gravity and everything very deeply. And
Okay.
again, I use music to help me with that for pacing.
Yeah.
Same with like why breath work helps with all of this as well. And then creation is just, I don't know, lots is going on in here all the time, and I get to finally let it out in a way that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Whether that be like writing or actually physically making something, or even just like costume making.
Yeah.
And stuff
Physically
like that.
making pottery, bro.
Like, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, also repetitive stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you like getting focused on something, tiny little like things. You see a lot of people with ADHD really good at like crochet and things along those lines as
Yeah.
well, because it's a nice.
It's also one
repetitive-
task.
Yeah,
Like
it's one task to kind of get into, and
Yeah.
you're making something out of it.
100%.
Yeah, the laser focus is one of those things. Like writing again, like for
Yeah.
projects and storytelling. If I can once I get started and I'm in it, like I'm in it, and that is like magical and fun, I guess, in its
Yeah.
own way. Like I don't go like, oh, I mean, the bad part is again the no eating and things like that. Because if I'm in there, I'm like in there.
Yeah.
Oh, and also having like nonstop energy, like going on a night out and going dancing. Like I can keep going
Yeah.
until they make me leave.
You can keep going until they make you leave. That is true.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they're all my positives. Yeah.
I think that there are a lot of
Yeah.
positives, and I don't know any like stigmatisms. No, that's not the right
That's
word.
all right.
That's what I
So
have
that's
when
an
I
I
drive
thing.
at night. I don't know any stereotypes or stigmas. No, it's the right thing.
Yeah, stigmas is right.
Stigmas.
You were saying stigmatism.
Yeah, I was
as
saying
well.
stigmatisms.
But yeah, the
like-
stigmas around it are like that ADHD isn't real, that it's caused by laziness or lack of discipline.
Yeah, I got ya.
Or it's too much screen time, only affects children, only affects boys, it's only hyperactivity. Bad parenting leads to ADHD. People with ADHD are over medicated.
Well, so that's the thing
there's
is like
lots of
I
different
wasn't really
stigmas.
aware of any of them because I think it's just something that like I've known about forever, that it's like I don't care what other people say. But I think that there's a lot of positives to it, and I think the most important thing is like you can have a very fulfilled normal life with ADHD. I don't
Or
think
a very exciting
yeah.
life because we want to do things different.
I also just don't think it's like something that plagues people. It's it might really like stop someone from doing something. It's just I don't view it like that. I view it as it's just something that you live with, and your life's a little bit more quirky that way.
Yeah, 100%. I've got just other people in my life who I think that struggle more, and I think I've definitely hit some things where I've had to be like, right, now I have to get on top of this more. But that just means I'm just leading the life that I
Yeah.
want to lead by doing that, and that there's so many hurdles that could get you in
Yeah,
your life.
100%.
Like ADHD is just one of the hurdles that could possibly get you. There are tons of things like where you live or your family. Like there's so many things that could get in your
So
way.
many.
Like ADHD is
A
like
blip.
some people call it a superpower, and I think in some sense it can be. It's all about harnessing that power
Yeah.
for good.
Learn to harness the power for good, not for
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
Never
Don't-
for evil.
Don't be me. Don't get stuck in the museum every weekend for hours on end.
Don't do that. Right. This has been another episode of Poor Decisions with
Robin,
and Liv.
2 ADHDers who just wanted to chat about it today.
And who also made, think about back when we started this podcast.
Oh yeah, we actually took
We
that was actually the most impulsive
literally-
day ever.
Literally went out. We're like, what should we do today? Let's start a podcast.
start a
Okay.
podcast.
We bought all the equipment and started it that night. Thank you for tuning in. We love you. Like and subscribe.
Oh yes, we need do that, please.
Yeah.
Comment something below. If you have ADHD, what do you use to help yourself? Are you medicated? Are you not? If you want to talk about it. And yeah.
And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Okay. Love you. Bye.